My name is Faulconer. Welcome to my podcast. I'm calling this series Case Against Ventura County. Since this is my first podcast, I will tell you a little about myself. I've been working for the Ventura County Healthcare Agency for over 25 years. I started work at the Ventura County Medical Center in 1990. A lot has changed at VCMC since then, unfortunately not for the better. Healthcare workers and management are saying this is the worst they have ever seen it. At this time, I need to point out that as I speak of management, I am speaking of upper management. That is, for the most part, administrators on up the chain to the CEO of the county and the Board of Supervisors. During my employment at VCMC, I became an SEIU steward. That was about 18 years ago. I wanted to learn more about the union. Being closer to the source, it was easier to see the kinds of problems the union dealt with and what the membership had to deal with. Over time, I became more and more active. I've been involved in various actions and committees. As a steward, I fought against the county bullies, racism, religious discrimination, age discrimination, and more. These are not things I felt an American in this day and age would need to fight for. I'm especially surprised that the fight for these protected rights required taking a stand against local government. That started 8 years ago. Today, county upper management and politicians still need to be forced to address these attacks on American workers. They address the issues with words and minimal action. Usually their actions are only to protect their image and their underlings. This podcast will probably be my last action as a steward since I am retiring soon. In my podcast, I will be speaking about things that you do not hear discussed when listening to or reading mainline media. There will be discussion on true experiences I and others have had and will continue to experience in the future. My main focus will be on VCMC at first. Later I hope to include other subject matter not related to VCMC and some not related to county politics at all. The focus will be the Tri-Counties and primarily the Ventura area. I will continue my discussion on what is going on with the SEIU. I will not, confine my discussion on what is going on with SEIU workers only. I will speak about other unions and their experiences, and also all workers in general. Bargaining is coming up. I plan to participate in bargaining and include information and highlights in my podcast. The initial purpose will be to provide of this podcast will be to provide a history of what county healthcare workers have had to deal with over the years. In addition, there will be educational podcasts for workers and stewards. I will talk about what has been in the press, what we are told by management, and what we see actually happening. There will be discussion on the never-ending obstacles that upper management puts in the worker's way and how management spins it to look like it is the worker who is at fault. This sort of thing the general public never hears about. Podcasts are a new experience, adventure, for me. As time goes on, there should be a type of evolution taking place. Events may occur that cause podcast delays or new directions. I will remain in contact with all those I have supported and represented over the years, and together we will fight for what is best for all workers, the community, and those we provide service to. Let's move on to some key issues I want to mention in this podcast. Bullies in the workplace. Now, the county only wants to focus on workers bullying each other, ignoring the fact that industrial relations teaches management how to bully workers and get away with it. The Industrial Relations Department reports to the CEO's office. Their work is to take the focus off management or executives and turn it around onto the workers. This is an easy thing for them to do since they do the investigation of bully managers. The grand jury back in 2011 released a report that included the issue of county management bullying. It is titled Final Report, Bullying in the Workplace, and it's dated May 24th, 2011. You can read this report by going to the Ventura County Grand Jury website and looking up this report. In this report, the grand jury pointed out county managers being a bully problem. Shortly after that, workers went to the Board of Supervisors about this issue. If you go to the Ventura County Board of Supervisors website and bring up the video on their September 27th, 2011 meeting, you will see and hear workers from all over the county reporting on issues with bully managers. It is not just VCMC, it is all over the county. Just like the grand jury's report states. During this video, the CEO states bullying is not a pervasive issue. Now, this is reported by the grand jury that it is all over the county. The workers from all over the county report on bully managers. The county's position, it is not a pervasive issue. Then the CEO goes on to say, with 8,000 employees, you are bound to see problems. All of a sudden, we are no longer talking about managers. We're talking about workers. Just one of the countless examples of the management problem being turned around onto the workers. Then the funny part is, the county is going to commit 12 months to coming up with a written policy addressing bullying. That's a long time. One whole year of racking their brains to get the words just right. Their biggest problem they had was, how can we write a policy on bullying without using the word bullying? I find this of interest. I'm just going to share it with you. The Declaration of Independence was written in 17 days and took another 2 days of brain racking to get the words just right. Was Thomas Jefferson 10 times smarter than the executive department of Ventura County? Maybe, but I'll talk about that another time. In all fairness, though, we should all realize the Constitution took a lot longer, with a number of drafts and revisions. That was 116 days. Maybe it took longer because they felt there were words they couldn't use in the document. 19 days to create the Declaration of Independence and break away from royal bully management. 116 days to create the Constitution leading to establishing the most powerful nation in the world. 365 days to create a policy to do away with bullying in our small community, and it doesn't work. The bottom line is bully managers is still a problem in the county workplace. Not that long ago, bully tactics were used to coerce workers into falsifying hundreds of life safety documents. These were work reports for work required by the state for patient and staff safety. Guess who investigated that? That's right, industrial relations. They seem to have blamed it all on one disgruntled worker. Imagine that. Believe the politician or believe the truth. By the way, now county management is attacking the workers they forced to falsify documents. I'll be doing a more detailed report on bullying in the future. The community needs to know the truth, and the workers need to know their rights. Fiscal deficits. Have you noticed how the county has fiscal issues every now and then? Medicare changes the billing practices and county management doesn't notice. The transition to electronic medical records has caused expenses that are not normally experienced, and county management denies failure. I like when the press and county executives blame the poor by saying, that is who Ventura County Medical Center provides services for. The majority of county workers can only afford Ventura County health care insurance. VCMC is where they go if they need to go to a hospital. Another main source of income are Medicare patients. Medicare is something you get when you have worked most of your life and start collecting Social Security. Are these the poor they are talking about? Sounds more like all American workers. The mainstream media will never address the fact that the fiscal crisis is a management issue, a problem they created. Mainstream media will print that the county's biggest financial burden is the workforce. The workers who are doing their jobs despite the inadequate project planning by upper management. Those are not my words. That was stated in the last grand jury investigation report. The nurses were in the paper recently. At the end of the nurses' article in the paper, upper management states, "This has nothing to do with patient care or safety. It is a byproduct of the bargaining going on with the nurses. Management attempts, with the assistance of the press, to minimize and discount what the real issues are. Management and the press want you to think it is all about workers wanting more money." The nurses have expressed their concern about the ability to provide patient care. One of the main problems is they cannot keep experienced nurses. Taking care of patients with very critical needs is being given to much less experienced nurses. Upper management and the press wants to take your focus off of patient care, make the public think it is all about money. When you're bringing people back to life, or you're providing the dying and their families with comfort, you're not thinking about money. Upper management does not have any experience with this type of work. By the way, upper management gets VIP treatment when they or their loved ones have to go to VCMC. They never have to experience the problems due to their lack of decision to improve the state of care at VCMC. Management discounts, minimizes VCMC being listed as one of the lowest rated hospitals in the nation for 2 years in a row. The grand jury reports poor management practice by the county and the healthcare agency 2 years in a row. For several years, healthcare workers have expressed their concern about the quality of care being given to patients. Is a third year of poor ratings in the works? So far, it looks so. Looks like it will be. Now, this concludes this podcast.